We're live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Who am I kidding? You're all dudes. Once again, another watch along. Our first Prem watch along. Liverpool, Manchester City. Big match today. Really looking forward to it. My prediction, I said this last episode of the podcast, which we streamed yesterday. Check that out on the channel. It's episode 8. I think the title is something like Ronaldo interview, etc., etc. I predicted a 2-1 win for Liverpool, which is kind of a hot take if you think about it, especially given their recent league form. Manchester City is comfortably above them in the table. This is Pep Guardiola's 1,000th match. They're playing at the Etihad. Although both teams are coming off of Champions League wins, if you guys saw our watch-alongs to both of those matches, I was a lot more impressed with how Manchester City looked. So really, all logical signs point to a Manchester City win here. Nonetheless, again, guys, you know the drill by now. It's really vibes-based predictions on this channel. I just feel like Liverpool has their number. I've seen them stop Haaland too many times. I've seen them beat City too many times. Haaland has yet to score, or I think he has 1 goal in his whole Prem career against Liverpool. 0 or 1 goals, right? For the robot, the goal machine. They know how to stop him. And I have a feeling they're going to today. So I'm saying a tight win for Liverpool. 2-1. I see a 2-1 Liverpool win. Waiting for everybody to enter the stream. Hopefully the chat is going to be popping. You guys always carry. You always show up. You always do your thing. And we really appreciate that. You guys are what makes these streams fun. You are what makes these streams what they are, to be totally honest, right? Some good news. Recent uptick in subscribers. We are now 3 away. Just 3 away from 500. So if you could help us reach that goal, it would really mean the world. We've been grinding. You guys know we've been uploading consistently, trying our best to grow this channel, to grow this community, and we're just 3 subscribers away from our first milestone, 500. So if you could help us reach there, that would mean so much. Tap into the stream. Tell any of your friends who might even be remotely interested in football to do the same. Tell them sub to the channel because we're just getting started, guys. If you think the content's been good so far, you ain't seen nothing yet. Straight up. We got so much more planned. A lot of clips loaded in the chamber. Great ideas for future episodes. We are just getting started, guys. So join us on this journey so you can say you were one of the first. One of the first on this bandwagon. You can feel like a hipster and shit, right? I'm looking forward to this match. Manchester City, Liverpool is always, I don't want to say it's always a banger because a lot of times these are low scoring, sort of grinded out, very tactical affairs. But I'm just hoping for some high quality football today. Was very underwhelmed, guys. I was so happy to stream 2 Champions League matches. Don't get me wrong. We had a hell of a time in both streams. Again, really appreciate you guys for showing up and showing out. But the quality of football I saw in Real Madrid versus Liverpool, underwhelmed, to say the least. I was underwhelmed, guys. Straight up, I was underwhelmed. I thought neither team looked impressive. Neither team looked like they were going to go on to do much in Europe, right? They have the talent that they could make it far in the Champions League, but did either team look like winning the tournament? Which should be their goal, right? No. The answer is no. Neither team looked like winning this tournament. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, I don't even know if it was a better match, but maybe the quality of football would have been higher had I watched PSG Bayern instead of Real Madrid Liverpool. Ultimately opted to watch Liverpool Real Madrid, right? But PSG Bayern, people are saying those are maybe the joint favorites to win this tournament. I was really impressed with what I saw from Man City. Really impressed with what I saw from Man City. I thought they dealt with Dortmund comfortably, which is not in the least what I was expecting. I was not expecting that level of domination. Happy Sunday, Cartier. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining the stream. Let other people know to do the same, all right? We got a big match ahead of us, Man City, Liverpool. I'm looking forward to it. I've kind of been delaying saying this because I'm a bit ashamed, right? But I need to let you guys know sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stream the entire match Just before I got on stream, I realized I have someone to pick me up. But first half, we're trying to get the first half at least in the books. All right? So join me for that, guys. Join me for that. They don't make wingers like Robin anymore, TBH. Yeah, did you guys notice the overlay? Arjen Robben, one of my favorite players of all time. Like, after Leo Messi, one of the deadliest left foots in the history of the game. You knew what he was going to do. You knew he was going to cut in, and you just couldn't stop it. Pacey as well, just everything you could want in a winger. The one thing we don't like about Robin, of course, it has to be said, is just like the constant diving. Not a fan of that personally, but like, he was so cracked that we can't help but stand. You know what I mean? Yeah, they don't make wingers like that anymore. I mean, if you were to compare Robin to anybody in the game today, like, it's not even close. If prime Robin were around right now, there'd be no debate as to who the best winger in the world is. Of course, the media would try to force that debate. They would probably say Yamal is better than him, right? But no chance, no chance. This guy was such a killer. And as good as Ribéry was, I always thought Robin was better. I didn't even think it was all that close, to be honest. Yeah, Robin's incredible. Robin's incredible. I've seen so many insane performances from him over the years. Chief among them, the first match they played, that Netherlands team played in the 2014 World Cup against Spain, where they smacked them 5-1. That was so satisfying for me because I was rooting for them to win the 2010 World Cup. They had so many players I liked, right? Robin was the one I liked most. But even guys like Wesley Sneijder, Van Persie, Martin Stecklenburg and that, like, I appreciated all those guys. So I was rooting for them against Spain, even though I always thought Spain would win. Like, that Spain team was unbelievable, right? So when they lost in the World Cup final, especially losing the way they did, and Robin, again, guys, like, I'm always dating myself. I'm always making these old school footballing references. But for those of you who are familiar with the 2010 World Cup, you might remember in that final, Robin missed not one but two breakaways. And on one of them, he didn't even get the shot off. He dribbled it right into Casillas' lap, which was like what a heartbreaker for him especially. That whole Netherlands team, but especially for Robin. So for him to come back in the first match of the very next World Cup and redeem himself the way he did, redeem himself in style like that, just unbelievable. Arjen Robben will always be one of my favorites. Apparently, after he retired, he took up marathon running, which I guess makes sense if you're a footballer, especially at that level. Like, these guys are all cardio machines. So pretty impressive. I mean, the guy's just an athlete through and through. Gotta love Arjen Robben. So he was the overlay. I was debating between a few different players. At the end of the day, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Arjen Robben is just that guy. He's just that guy. Like I said, one of my favorite players of all time. How do you guys think this match is going to go? They're showing the players in the tunnel right now. Virgil van Dijk walking his team out. Florian Wirtz is starting today. I was a little surprised to hear that. Cody Gakpo will start on the bench. Might come on later, right? But Florian Wirtz is starting. I don't know if they're trying to get his confidence up. I mean, the guy's been a shambles ever since he got to England, right? I don't even think that's necessarily an example of oh, he wasn't Prem proven. Oh, he wasn't ready for the Prem. The Prem clears. It's obviously the best league in the world. Players tear up other leagues and they come and flop in England. I don't think it's that. And I used to be somebody who rated Florian Wirtz, but maybe he just always wasn't as good as we thought. That can happen too. I mean, if we think back to that undefeated season, I guess almost undefeated, right? Because they ended up losing in the Europa League final to Atlanta. If we think back to that crazy season Leverkusen had, they were just a team of destiny, weren't they? That was a fluke. Those players actually aren't that good. Xabi Alonso actually isn't that good of a manager. They were just, I don't know, just history was on their side, I guess. They got exposed in the end by Atalanta, which was kind of like poetic justice. It kind of showed us, at the very end of the run, hold on. This is not an all-time team. They just sort of scammed their way into a really good season, right? What up, bro? How we doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Let's go City. Let's go City. My boy Steph. Like I've said time and time again on this channel, I'm very old school in that I don't think you can have more than one club, right? These people who have a club they support in each league, I don't know. It strikes me as kind of disloyal. So I'm a Roma fan first and foremost. But if I had a Prem team, For the longest time, I said it would be Tottenham, right? Because there were some players on Tottenham I liked, all of whom have left by now. And I told myself if I was going to support any Prem team, it would be a London club. But forget all that. No, I would be a City fan. Now that Ronaldo's out of the Prem, I would be a City fan. Because of Steph's influence, by the way. You guys are going to see on screen Steph P in chat. He's the reason I'd be a City fan. Like, bro, when my friends back a team, I'm obviously more inclined to support that team, especially if I don't already have a team I'm supporting in that league myself. Victor Wanyama is better than Florian Wirtz. Of course he is. No question. Obviously, the youngins will dispute that. Florian Wirtz has a few attributes over him, but Victor Wanyama has done it at the highest level in the Champions League against Barcelona. Better defensively, there's no question about that. Physically, a lot more imposing. They play kind of different roles, different positions, yeah. But if I had to compare the two, yeah, of course I'm going to sign Victor Wanyama over Florian Wirtz. You crazy? These young kids don't get it. They actually think football is as good or better now as it was 10 years ago. Like, the sport has fallen off massively. And that's not just me being a nostalgia merchant, by the way. It's really not. Because I've said a few times on the channel before, I'm a big UFC fan, right? The UFC might be less entertaining now than it was, say, 5-10 years ago, especially because Conor McGregor's out of the game. But like the level, how good the fighters are, it's not even close. The UFC's a lot better now than it was in, say, 2016. Like, this new gen would run through the old gen for the most part. I really do believe that. So it's not just nostalgia. Like, football has actually just fallen off, as has the NBA. But the UFC, no. I don't think so. Boxing's kind of a closer question. But this is a football channel, right? We don't want to get too into combat sports right now. I'm just waiting for this match to start, guys. I'm itching. At the Etihad, like I said, I'm predicting another Liverpool win. I nailed it in the Champions League. I said 1-0 over Real Madrid. That's exactly how it happened. Really fun stream, if not for the technical difficulties. It was still fun, right? But wish we didn't have those technical difficulties. I just see Liverpool winning again. I think they have City's number. And historically, that's been the case. Haaland hasn't scored more than, I think, once against them in his whole Prem career. Like, they know how to shut the City side down. But City's coming off a great win, a great performance against Dortmund. I was so impressed by them. Like I said, I stand by it, chat. Call me a prisoner of the moment. If City keeps up that form, they could absolutely win the Champions League. Absolutely. Especially with this thin field. No one's looked overly impressive. If City keeps up roughly that level, I mean, they smashed Dortmund. Not that Dortmund are world beaters, but like, City just looked clean that match. So you could argue they're coming into this match confident. It's Pep Guardiola's 1,000th match, right? They're at home. They've had a better league campaign so far than Liverpool. Like, if you were picking City, that would make all the sense in the world. Just like pure logic, pure rationality. I get that, right? But this channel, and me specifically, right? Jude knows way more than I do about football. I'm just being honest. Like, it's you guys probably already know, right? It's obvious from the episodes. Jude's one thing. Me, I make vibes-based predictions. It's clear as day, right? And my vibes-based prediction is that Liverpool just owns Man City. Based on what? The fact that I've seen Liverpool beat them a few times. Like, literally, that's it. But if I get it right, I'm going to look like a genius. They're about to kick off here. Scoreline, 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool is the scoreline I'm predicting, okay? I pray to God I look like a genius again. Because if there's one thing I love, Chad, it's being right. We're about to kick off here. Liverpool, and the match is underway. Let's get that clock going. Launches it upfield. Liverpool does. City heads away. City gets possession here. Tries to get a pass off, but it's blocked by none other than the man Florian Wirtz, out for a City throw-in. I take Prime to Rapt over Doku. Oh, I missed a few chats. Let me read through them here. I'm predicting 3-0 City over Liverpool. I respect that, Steph. I wouldn't expect anything different from a City fan. City is an absolute joke of a club now, says Cartier. You go from KDB and David Silva to these goobers, Reinders, and Marmouche. City still has Rodri, who is one of the best DMs I've seen in my life, right? Although he's not playing, of course. But they still have talent. And even KDB, like, I rate certain attributes of KDB, but as a player, overall, I think he's kind of overrated. His weight of pass, though, is pretty insane when he's cooking. What minute are you at? It says on screen. I might be a little bit behind, right? But bear with me, guys. Yeah, it says on screen. Top corner next to where it says Liverpool. So we're in the second minute now. Ball at the feet of Guardiola, trying to pick out a pass. Liverpool is pressing, but Man City's backline looking composed. They're not bothered so far. Steph said, yeah, I'm ahead. I won't spoil you. Oh, okay. Thank you for that, Steph. I appreciate it. I really wouldn't mind. Yeah, terrible take. KDB is a perfect player, joke of an analyst. Nobody likes me. Right? Like, even my own chat abuses me. Worst take of all time. All right. Cartier, I wish you could join the stream and defend yourself right now. Where do you rank KDB, Cartier? All-time central midfielders. Right? I dare you to expose yourself. Spanish commentary is better if you speak Spanish. You know what's the saddest thing in the world? I took Spanish all throughout school, and I can barely speak a word. But lazy Americans who refuse to take responsibility for their lives will blame, it's language education in this country. It's not good. How can you even say that when you didn't pay attention, right? Like, as bad as the language education might be in the U.S., let's just say they have a point, right? Let's just say they do, even if they don't. You learned Spanish for 12 years. You think you'd be able to say more? I don't care how bad it is. You should be able to say more than hola, ¿cómo estás? Right? They can't even conjugate a star. She say I speak Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. Oh yeah, that song. I dropped the link. KDB is better than Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets on my mother. Oh my God. The only question I have is that worse or better than the take of Salah as a top 10 player of all time? Like, chat is just insane. Not even close. Better than Busquets? Sure. Again, they play like pretty different roles, of course. But Iniesta, Xavi are so clear. Like, don't even start. Iniesta, Xavi, better passers, better dribblers, far superior technically. KDB's just a bit more physical, right? But this guy was the leader of Belgium during their golden generation, and they flopped time and time again. Constantly underperformed, constantly underwhelmed, constantly undershot expectations. How much credit can I really give them? Xavi and Iniesta have completed football. They won everything. Champions League, Euros, World Cup. Like, those guys are different gravy. Xavi and Iniesta, chat, yes or no, are the two greatest central midfielders in the history of football. Right? Certainly the two best I've seen in my life. But I think the two best in history. That neither has a Ballon d'Or has more to do with just the level Messi and Ronaldo were on. Right? As much as I like Modric, and I think he's kind of close to Xavi, I've always preferred Iniesta. Like, Xavi and Iniesta are the two best central midfielders of all time. You guys got to respect. Like, Barca do what they do well. The tiki-taka, the short passing, that sort of game. And that's what Xavi and Iniesta do best. Right? Better than anybody in history. Sorry, guys, I haven't really been commenting on the game. Cross came in from Manchester City. Doku tried to make something happen. The dribbling is amazing. Cut through two defenders. One of them being Szoboszlai. Well, Szoboszlai isn't a defender, but two guys defending him. At the end, though, in the end, it was cut out. Liverpool with it here. Salah take is worst take ever. Yeah, that was a really bad one. I would take Park Ji-sung over Iniesta. I'm sorry. Oh, we have a United fan in chat. Very nice. Love Park Ji-sung. Baller. Iniesta. I'm telling you, there's not one central midfielder in the history of the game I would take over Iniesta. Right? So Park Ji-sung, not quite, dude. Not quite. Szoboszlai is a highlight merchant. Does he even have highlights like that? I mean, he's got a decent strike on him, right? I think girls like him because they find him cute, to the extent girls follow football at all, right? But no, I don't rate Szoboszlai. Just a classic generation of a new gen, or classic example, of a new generation player people pretend is good. Now here's a good one. Doku slips in. Oh, beautiful pass to Doku from Phil Foden, but can't control it. He would have been through there. Yeah, you expect him to do better. Guys, Jeremy Doku is a baller. Like, I know he gets a lot of shit. People call him a fidget spinner, one-trick pony. It's a hell of a trick. He's got a decent amount to his game. That was an incredible pass. I can't believe he picked Foden out. The weight, everything on it was good, but it just bounced over Phil Foden's right foot. Oh, he should have been in. He had Virgil van Dijk chasing him down, but he should have been in there. I don't know if he finishes it on his right, though. Bernardo Silva just across to nobody. I don't rate this guy one bit. That's the thing. I said last stream, a few streams ago, I don't even remember, right? These videos are running together. I said that Portugal could do damage, and a lot of people will be expecting them to this next World Cup because they have young talent. But like two Portuguese players who I don't rate are Bruno Fernandes. Salah's in. Blocked. Well done. Good persistence from Salah into the clutches of Donnarumma. Was well blocked. Never really troubled him. Wasn't even heading on target. But about Portugal, yeah, I don't rate Bruno Fernandes or Bernardo Silva. And I think overhyping those guys, whether you realize it or not, you're like carving a path to discredit Ronaldo because you overstate how much talent he has around him, so it looks all the worse when Portugal aren't winning trophies. Silva's an underrated defender. Bernardo Silva? Leroy Sané at City is better than every City attacker. Sorry. The problem is that you said every City attacker. If you had said every City winger, I could see that. But like Haaland, I know technical level Leroy Sané clears. I get all that. But like you can't, and GA isn't everything, right? But you really can't argue with the results. And how many goals Erling Haaland gets, it's hard to give Leroy Sané the nod over him. Pep played Silva at left back. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do that, right? But, oh my God, back to Doku. Doku's in. Dribbles around. Oh my goodness. Huge folly at the back from Liverpool. Ball falls to Jeremy Doku. Clear-cut chance. Dribbles around the goalkeeper. He's about to shoot it into an empty net. Foot hits the ground and he falls over. Nobody touched him. Oh my God. Shouts for a penalty, though. I didn't think he was touched. I thought he just went down there, right? And of course, my luck, just as I finished a Doku Glaze session, he goes and does something like that. Yep. Dribbles around the goalkeeper. Nobody touched him. He just tripped and fell. Oh, there's shouts for a penalty. Yeah, it looks like Madarmashvili might have barely nicked him with his knee. I don't think that's enough for a penalty, though. I think they're going to review it. The ball came out to Foden afterward, whose shot was blocked. Yeah, VAR right now. Possible penalty. Let's see, chat. I think it would be harsh if they give it. Really harsh. I mean, that was minimal contact. And I don't know. I mean, this is pure speculation, right? But I feel like Doku was going down anyway. Yeah, Steph, way to be honest. I know it's your team, but never a pen. Yeah, never a pen. I would take Adriano over Haaland. Please stop. That's a separate question, right? I'm not even going to weigh in on that. But you're changing. Like, originally you said, what did you say? Leroy Sané over Haaland. Now you're saying Adriano. The question was Sané. Clear dive. Steph, I don't even know if he dove. I don't think he just like threw himself to the floor to try to get a penalty. I think he tripped. Robertson is telling the ref, no way. No way is it a penalty. Here comes the decision, guys. No penalty. Wait, hold on. Oh my God, they gave it. But he didn't even point to the spot. They did like the American football thing where they explain the call. Chat, what do you think of that? I don't know. Feels too American for me, but like obviously it makes a lot of sense just to clear up any confusion with the fans. But penalty Man City. Wow. Honestly, with every additional game I watch, I'm more and more against VAR. Like I think my take that I'm anti-VAR, go check out that clip if you haven't, right? On YouTube, on TikTok, has aged so well. You know what I mean? If there was no VAR, they don't give a penalty there, which is the right decision. Liverpool is fuming. I can't even blame them. Liverpool players going mad, and I cannot blame them. Manchester City penalty coming up, guys. Let's see if they can convert. Jeremy Doku wins it for them. Haaland steps up to take. Sets the ball down. He's pretty good from the penalty spot. Starts his run up. Modarashvili saves. Wow. Haaland shoots it low and hard to the right. But I always pronounce this guy's name wrong, man. The Georgian guy, the Georgian goalkeeper, saw it all the way. And it's saved. Wow. Ball don't lie, I guess. Mamardashvili. I'm going to have to practice saying that a few times, chat. Sorry. My gosh. Mamardashvili saves. Erling Haaland penalty. Saved. Still 0-0. Shouldn't have been a penalty in the first place, but like I said, ball don't lie. The arc of history bends toward justice, chat. Still anybody's match. My prediction is 2-1 Liverpool. Liverpool can breathe again. Challenge on Salah. He goes down in his own half, and O'Reilly kind of pushes him while he's already on the floor. Bad sportsmanship there. We don't like that. We don't like to see that stuff. I got to practice saying the goalkeeper's name. Mamardashvili. I swear, I had half a mind to just call him the Georgian guy over and over again. Mamardashvili. The knee did catch Jeremy Doku, but it was so slight, and he was going down anyway. Like, that should not be a penalty. But credit to the goalkeeper for redeeming himself. Gives away the penalty and then saves it. Yeah, Haaland is not happy with that. What do you guys think of the overlay? Arjen Robben, baller, yes or no? The answer is yes. The answer is a resounding yes. One of my favorite players of all time. Doku looking lively today. Tries to slip in Bernardo Silva. It's deflected. Free kick to Liverpool in their own penalty area. Absolute baller. Yes, Steph P. Robben, one of the best. Yeah, Bernardo can't get on the end of the Doku pass. Extends, tries to reach it with a slide tackle that takes out Van Dijk. Liverpool free kick. Pep Guardiola cam on the sidelines. Not looking thrilled, but it's still anybody's match. Big Dutch national team fan. Oh, yeah. Their old gen of ballers were serious. So serious. The Wesley Snyders, the Van Persies, the Stecklenburgs, the Van Bronckhorsts. Robin himself, of course. Even a Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, man. Like, those guys could play. Every World Cup, you knew they were going to make a run. Though low-key, outside of Canada, Portugal is up there for as long as Ronaldo plays. Oh, as far as the teams you support? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Portugal. I know I laid into Ronaldo yesterday in episode 8. He's still my player. He just doesn't make it easy to support him, right? Honestly, like, it's a bit of Stockholm syndrome. Like, Ronaldo puts us, right, supporters of his, through hell. And yet we stay loyal. We always stay loyal, don't we? Forget when I took off his kid and put on a Messi one, right? We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. It's on the internet forever, but we're going to pretend it didn't happen. Too far for Ronaldo to think about it. Yeah, he is not on the pitch right now. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Anybody's match right now. Liverpool just pinging it around. Horrible touch. Like, honestly, if I was coaching a team with Salah in it, I would say just give it to him on the ground, guys, because the dude has no first touch. Like, I do think Lee Gunner, one of my inspirations for doing this, by the way, great football YouTuber, one of the most entertaining guys, Arsenal fan. That's why I'm sure Gunner isn't his last name, right? He's the biggest Salah hater. He said Danny Welbeck's a better player than him. And one of the points he makes is that Welbeck has a better first touch, which is probably true. Doesn't mean he's a better player overall. But Salah has no touch. Oh, my God. Oh, Doku into Cherki, just inside the box. Settles it with his right on that left foot, deflected and over for a corner. Doku's looking dangerous so far. I don't know how people watch this guy and don't rate him. It must be that the Doku haters just straight up don't watch him. He's unbelievable. I swear Jeremy Doku's better than Lamine Yamal. This is going to make a great clip, by the way. I swear Jeremy Doku is twice the player, right? And he's not even making the Ballon d'Or shortlist. The tech on this guy is unbelievable. The pace, the close control, the dribbling, the 1v1 ability. Even his vision today is looking on point, right? When he slipped in Foden, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, I'm trying to talk myself into buying a Doku kit right now. Genuinely. He's that good, chat. He is that good. Back to Donnarumma. City playing dangerous in their own half. They're dispossessed. Liverpool gains possession. No choice but to back pass. Mamardashvili comes out to claim it. Just outside of his own box, looking for a pass here. And it's into vTiYQlKuMXb. Back to Mamardashvili, who's a decent little keeper. That was a good save, but I don't know. And the finish from Haaland just wasn't there. You really expect him to do better. Florian Wirtz passed it with the... He just doesn't know what he's doing, bro. But somehow Liverpool regains possession. Andy Robertson. Back to McAllister. Chat, do we rate McAllister? Lee Gunner said he's Liverpool's best player. Right? Questionable take, to say the least. But we love Lee. We love Lee on this channel. One of the most entertaining football YouTubers. My stream here is being annoying. Bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. There we go. Virgil van Dijk. No, I do not rate McAllister. Yeah, neither do I. I really don't know what he sees in him. Releases Salah. Decent control from him there. Back to him. Trying to make something happen. Pass out to McAllister, who's forced to go backward into vTiYQlKuMXb. I should just say Konate. Ibrahima takes too long to say. Also, chat, if it seems like I'm on a delay, it's because I literally am, right? Like, what you see on stream is at least a few seconds after I actually say it in real life. O'Reilly down. Possible injury here. It looks like he's requesting treatment, is Nick O'Reilly. Jeremy Doku calling the paramedics over. Paramedics, I don't even know if that's the right word, right? Health personnel. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Pep Guardiola came on the bench looking pensive. But it's still anybody's match. Not even 25 minutes in. It's 0-0. Guys, let's hear your predictions. Steph, I know you already gave one. You said 3-0 City, which is still on, right? Not impossible yet. Anybody else in chat right now? Let me know how you see this match going. Man City has definitely looked the better side so far. Created more chances, even not including the penalty. But it's close. Close, contested match, which is what I expected. I just think Liverpool is going to come out on top in the end. 2-1 is my prediction. The reason I'm saying it so much is so we can clip it if I'm right, and I can look like a genius. But I'm sure commenters on TikTok will still manage to hate me for it. By the way, guys, if there are any matches in particular you want to see me do watch-alongs for in the future, just let me know. Leave a comment, send an email. Email's in the description, right? And be sure, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. If you haven't liked the stream yet, like it. It really goes a long way. It only takes you guys a second, and it helps us out massively. Just the same, if you have any friends who'd be interested, tell them to tap into the stream. Tell them to like and subscribe. We are 3. I don't know if we've gained subscribers this stream. I'd have to check, right? But before I went live, we were 3 subscribers away from 500, guys. Tony, thank you for tapping in, man. Like the stream and sub if you haven't already. We are on the chase. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, and we are so close. This is our first big milestone, and we're only 3 away. So please sub if you haven't already. Please, guys, it really means a lot. And tell all your friends to join the stream. We're trying to have a fun, lively environment. That Real Liverpool stream we had, right, earlier in the week, incredible scenes. You guys carried so hard. You're what made it so fun. You guys were asking great questions, going back and forth in the chat. That's what we want. Because it's not a presentation. It's not just supposed to be me yapping, although you'll get plenty of that, right? But it's a community. That's what we're trying to build here on this channel. Throw in for City. New subscriber. Thank you. Like I said, it means the world. And tell any of your friends who like football to do the same, because we're just getting started. In my humble opinion, the content so far has been decent, but we got a lot more to show, guys. So much planned for this channel, and we want you to be along for the ride. We want you guys to be along for the ride, okay? City with it here. But Liverpool containing them well. Manchester City break into the Liverpool half. Here's Bernardo Silva. Back pass, Ryan Cherki. How do we feel about Ryan Cherki wearing the number 10, guys? Was that a little premature? Tries to push it to Foden. But it's too tight of a space. Liverpool kicks it away. Manchester City throw-in coming up. Doesn't deserve it. I completely agree. Cherki does not deserve to be wearing the number 10. He does not deserve to be wearing the number 10. Not yet, at least. Not yet. He's got a lot more to prove. Any City fans are just like elite ball knowers in chat. Who else has worn the number 10 for City? And does he belong in their company, Cherki? I think Aguero wore the 10, if I wasn't mistaken. Obviously, and I always thought Aguero was kind of overrated. Maybe hot take, right? But, of course, he clears Cherki, right? Cherki is not at that level. At least not yet. I don't think he ever will be. Grealish wore the 10, but Grealish is a baller, bro. O'Reilly storming through the middle. Doku, great dribbling, gets past his man, turns, shot, into the side netting. But he's gassed. Oh, you do rate Cherky. Yeah, me not so much. Not so much. But he kind of made me look like a fool last watch along, City Dortmund. Because I was saying all the stuff about how I don't rate him, and then he came on and scored. The one thing I will say about Cherky, and GA, of course, isn't everything, right? But I don't know the stat off the top of my head. His goals per minute must be insane. Because like today he's starting, but a lot of times he'll come in with 15, 20 minutes to play and bag himself a goal. Doku, great touch. Great touch. Foden tries to cut in, but he's dispossessed. But City regains possession by way of Nico Gonzalez. Great tackle. Great tackle. Doku's on the right now. Man City's kind of all messed up positionally because they just took a corner a second ago. Oh, great play from Florian Wirtz. Cuts through two defenders, but he's brought down by Bernardo Silva, who picks up a yellow. He's got to be careful. Who was that yellow on? It could have been Nico Gonzalez. Honestly, they both fouled him. Florian Wirtz got through them with a nutmeg on Bernardo, actually. Really nicely done. And I'm not one to compliment Florian Wirtz, right? But it's actually Nico Gonzalez. Excuse me, chat. Let me correct myself. Nico Gonzalez picks up a yellow. I think he fouled him first, but they both did, in truth. They both fouled him. For anybody who hasn't been in the stream since the beginning, I do apologize. I'm going to have to run. I can't stream this whole match, but we're going to get through the first half. Don't worry. First half minimum. First half minimum. Keep blowing up the chat, guys. Tell your friends to join. Been a great stream so far. Man City on the break. O'Reilly. Back to Bernardo Silva. Back to O'Reilly on that right wing. Who plays it into Cherky. What can Cherky do? Back pass. Typical. But it's back to Cherky. He has another chance here. Into O'Reilly. Man City looking for openings. Liverpool's not giving it to him. Good defensive shape. Back into Cherky. Gonzalez, Gvardiol. Man City just pinging it around. Ruben Diaz looking for openings. Mateus Nunes. Good cross in. Finds the head of Haaland, and it's a goal. Unbelievable. Looked like it got deflected. I thought it was going off target for a second there. But great cross in. Finds the head of Haaland. Redeems his missed penalty from earlier. Goal Man City. And they're up 1-0. Incredible finish from Erling Haaland, although I think it was deflected. But credit to him. He grabs his goal. I was wrong, chat. I was emphasizing the fact that Liverpool actually have a pretty good record of stopping Erling Haaland. I think he's only scored, prior to this match, 1 goal against him in his whole Prem career. But grabs a second there. 1-0 City. Unbelievable. Mateus Nunes with a really nice cross. Haaland gets his head on it. Was it deflected? Yeah, it looks like it was. It definitely was. A good battle in the air. Haaland versus Konate. Konate gets a decent amount on it. But they should still be giving that goal to Haaland. I think it was going on target anyway. Commentators saying Konate should have done better. I don't know. Erling Haaland's 6'5" and big. Like, he's tough to deal with in the air. In those positions especially. Erling Haaland gets his goal. 1-0 City. My prediction is still on. I didn't think City would get shut out. I predicted a 2-1 win for Liverpool. But Man City looked the better side so far. They definitely look to be the better side. Nunes can be so bad. It was a nice cross is all I'm saying. Who scored? Erling Haaland. Off a header, assist from Nunes. Man City looking sloppy at the moment. Almost give away possession in their own half, but they're able to hang on. Ryan Cherky dribbling here. Tries to pass it into Haaland. It's behind him, but Haaland still gets there. He's maneuvering at the top of the box. Goes down. Konate stands him up. No penalty. Doku crosses it in. Took 1 or 2 too many touches, and it's blocked. Should have fired that quicker. Into Foden. Gives it to Bernardo Silva. They find Cherki again on the wing, who's composed on the ball. Horrible back pass and Liverpool intercept. I don't know what he was thinking there. He had time and space as well, but just sort of panicked, wanted to get rid of it. He has not looked good so far at all, chat. Right? TikTok videos can be deceiving. Salah can't win with these bums. I'm so sorry. Salah has been quiet so far. Right? It's not like he's having some masterclass. The whole Liverpool team has looked flat. They're getting outplayed. My prediction is still on, technically. Right? I got to let you guys know that. But Liverpool have not looked great. That's been their league form. We shouldn't be too surprised. They didn't even look good against Real Madrid, but scammed to win because Real Madrid managed to look even worse. Bernardo Silva, most overrated player I've ever seen. Bit of an overstatement, but yes, overrated. Overrated. He played out of his skin. I don't even know if it was the whole 2023 Champions League one when Man City won it. Champions League run, I might have said one there. 2023 Champions League, he played well. I don't even know if it was through the whole tournament. It might have just been that Bayern fixture. Real Madrid as well, possibly. I think people saw that and thought, oh yeah, that's who he is as a player. No, his level isn't quite that high. He was just on a good run of form. So yeah, definitely overrated. Most overrated player I've ever seen? No, you guys know who I think that is. Right? We won't say his name though, because I'm told I'm obsessed. He's just a kid. Go easy on him. All right. Jeremy Doku on the left wing. Taking his time. Can't pick out a pass. Bernardo Silva now. Able to switch the field of play. Slowly though, so Liverpool adjusts. Bernardo Silva has no choice but to pass it back. City go all the way back to their own goal. To the feet of Donnarumma. Playing with it out wide. Doku, the dribbling on this guy, man. It's like the ball's attached to him. It never gets too far from his foot. That's what makes him so tough to deal with. Especially the speed. When you combine that level of close control with world-class pace, he's a handful for defenders. He really is. You guys got to keep an eye on him because he's still young. Jeremy Doku has not hit his peak. I promise you. The kid's only 23 years old. Crazy. He's a great talent who doesn't get the respect he deserves because GA. He doesn't get GA. He had an assist against Dortmund. Hold that. I would literally take prime Hakim Ziyech over any City player minus Haaland. Why not just throw Haaland in there as well? If you're such a Ziyech fan. I'm trying to think if I agree with... No, I don't rate Ziyech. What am I even saying? I don't rate Ziyech. He's just another clip merchant. Literally, Dusan Tadic against Real Madrid, one of the best performances I've seen in the history of sports. Bro, what is it with these insane deep cuts? You know what I mean? Like, not only is most of the chat not going to get that reference, the ones who do know you're insane. Like, don't gas it, bro. Don't gas it. Like, Ronaldo and Messi have literally scored 5 goals in one match, as has Haaland in the Champions League, no less. And you're telling me Dusan Tadic, he played well, but one of the best performances you've ever seen. Not just in the history of football, in the history of sports. Didn't Wilt Chamberlain, I mean, you haven't seen Wilt Chamberlain, to be fair. Didn't Kobe score 81? Was it better than that? Imagine if Dusan Tadic was on this Liverpool team. Yeah, they'd probably be down 1-0 right now. Prime Ziyech is very overrated. I completely agree. Steph. Okay, got a dip. See you, Steph. Thank you for joining the stream. Bernardo Silva on the attack. Plays it into Doku centrally. Tries to spray it out wide, but he's under pressure. Can't pick out a pass. Liverpool intercepts, and they're on the break. Into Szoboszlai. Turns centrally. What can McAllister do with it? He's taken down. He's taken down. Liverpool free kick just inside their own half. I don't know how many people we got in here right now, but tell everybody you know to join the stream, guys. This is shaping up to be a good match. Shaping up to be a really good match. Andy Robertson dispossessed. Mateus Nunes tries to play it out wide. He can't keep it in. It's a throw-in for Liverpool in the City half. Szoboszlai with it. And back to him. Tries to switch the field of play. It's a decent ball. Salah gets on the end of it. Taking on O'Reilly. Twitching, feigning. Tries a Trivela cross. O'Reilly's able to deflect, and it's out for a Liverpool corner. Out for a Liverpool corner here. Looks like Salah's going to take it. One of the 10 best players of all time. Where do people get this stuff? Genuinely. When I ranked 10 players better than him, I kind of threw Zlatan, not as rage bait, but just to get people talking, right? Because if I had said Beckenbauer, nobody would have said anything. Because you guys pretend he was good as if you watched him. You know what I mean? But I said Zlatan to generate some debate. I was shocked how many comments we got saying Zlatan is nowhere near the player Salah is. Yeah, you're right. He's twice as good. Salah's corner picks out Virgil van Dijk. Bullet header into the right corner. Nothing Donnarumma could do about that. And we're level again. Liverpool scores. What a header from Virgil van Dijk. Out of nothing. Out of nothing. Good delivery from Salah. But there could be a problem. Uh-oh, Andy Robertson might have been offsides. Let me readjust the scoreboard, chat. The goal isn't final yet. Let's have a look. Was Andy Robertson offsides? Yes, he was. Jeremy Doku was the last man back. Andy Robertson was in between him and Donnarumma. Andy Robertson doesn't touch the header at all, but he ducks, arguably obstructs Donnarumma. At the very least, obstructs his field of vision. Possibly, right? We'll see. This call could go either way. Yep, it's ruled interference. No goal. No goal. Virgil van Dijk header off a Salah corner does find the back of the net, but Andy Robertson was in an offsides position, interfering with Donnarumma. He wasn't saving it anyway. I mean, that was a bullet side netting. Arne Slot is livid. And I understand why. That's frustrating if you're a Liverpool fan. Even more so if you're the Liverpool manager, right? No goal. Man City's still up 1-0. Man City's still up 1-0. Virgil van Dijk still with a smile on his face. Salah is just so good, man. One of the greatest of all time. See, the devil's in the details there. As Doku bursts past his man and gets into the box. Cross, he's trying to find Foden, who is making a late run. But just the accuracy wasn't there, and it's cleared by McAllister. Yeah, the devil's in the details there. When you say one of the greatest of all time, what are you saying? Top 10? Nowhere close. Top 20? Top 25? Top 50? We can start to have those conversations. But top 10 is insane. Top 10 is insane. Cherky here with it. Yeah, he has not been having a good match at all. Donnarumma, one of the most overrated keepers I've ever seen. He's got this awesome PR team, but nothing more than a greedy, balding mid-keeper. Donnarumma PR? You think that's a thing? I don't know where you guys get this stuff, genuinely. Donnarumma PR. Okay. That's what we're going with now? Bernardo Silva picks up a yellow. City now on 2 yellows. They got to be careful here to protect this 1-0 lead. We're into the 42nd minute now, chat. Good match so far. Has opened up in the last 15, 20 minutes or so. Really end-to-end stuff. And speaking of that, Liverpool's on the attack by way of Salah. Looked like it might have been offsides, but they haven't called it. Into Florian Wirtz. Good turn. Shoots it on his left, but it's blocked by Matheus Nunes. Alexis McAllister tries to play it into the box, and it's headed away. Better stuff from Liverpool there. Donnarumma. I've never heard that before. That's actually really clever. Mamardashvili tries to pick out a pass just to nobody. With the outside of his boot, no less, and it goes out for a throw-in. And now City's on the break. Into Jeremy Doku, who's been the best player this match. I know Haaland is the goal scorer. Jeremy Doku has been the best player on the pitch. And I mean that. It's not just my agenda. Although I do have a pro-Doku agenda. I've had it for years. Ever since I watched him for the first time in the 2020 Euros against Italy. Nico Gonzalez fires a shot from outside the box. Looks like it was deflected by the head of Van Dijk. Man City corner coming up. And it is pouring rain in Manchester. I just noticed that. Absolutely pouring to the point where the camera's wet. You can even see it on screen. Well, you guys can't. I can't show the game, of course, right? Because that would be a copyright violation. We're not trying to get this channel taken down. Great stream so far, guys, but the chat, with the exception of Cartier, who always shows out, thank you for carrying. You are the man. Seriously. Our number one audience member. We're so grateful for you. Outside of you, though, the chat's a bit dead. Guys, I have not been impressed with the turnout at these watch-alongs. I really have not. We need better from you. We need better from you. Don't you guys have friends? Let your friends know. You guys are all lazy. You're not doing anything. Like, don't tell me you're busy at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, right? I always have to specify the time zone. 12:15 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday. Like, you guys don't do anything. You're all fucking playing Mario Kart, right? Hop off the game and get on the stream. Even play it in the background, right? You don't even have to quit your dumb game. Salah did well there to keep it alive. City player saying it went out, and it did. Throw-in coming up for City. The media hyped him up, referring to Gianluigi Donnarumma as the next gen of keepers when he was 17. They're doing everything in their power to not be wrong. Oh, I see what you're saying. So they predicted he would be a world-class keeper, and he's not, but they're pretending like he is because they don't want to admit they were wrong. No, I think he is a world-class keeper. And the reason he was held up as the next gen is because he was starting for AC Milan, one of the biggest clubs in Italy, at 16 years old, which is a pretty insane achievement, especially for a goalkeeper. They're not like wingers. Goalkeepers mature later. It's very uncommon to have a teenage goalkeeper starting for not just one of the biggest clubs in Europe. I mean, it's AC Milan. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. So expectations from him were sky high. And I think more or less he's met them. He's a Yashin Trophy winner, and that wasn't a robbery. I mean, he had a legitimate case to win that award. He's won a Champions League now. He's won a Euros. He's a good shot stopper. Not necessarily the best with his feet, but certainly not the worst either, right? He's not like an Alisson or a Courtois. You can play it into him and not where you're going to concede every time. 7 minutes of added time, by the way, guys. Which, without thinking too hard about it, seems fair. It's been a very eventful half. A couple of cards, a penalty, a goal. There have definitely been some stoppages of play. So we got 7 minutes coming up, and I am loving it. The more football, the better, right? Jeremy Doku here into O'Reilly, who's forced to turn around. He stood up by two defenders. Tried a back pass. Looks like it was deflected by Liverpool. Manchester City throw coming up. Deep in Liverpool's half. Still 1-0. Manchester City. My prediction's on. I said 2-1. Into the feet of Bernardo Silva. He drives forward. Past two defenders into Cherki. Finds Matheus Nunes on the wing, who got the assist for the Erling Haaland goal. But it's back out to Cherki. Liverpool maintaining their shape. Foden, good one-time pass to Matheus Nunes, who finds Cherki, who should try a shot here. He's into the box, dribbling a bit too many touches. runs out of space, tries to get a cross in, but it's deflected and into the hands of Mamardashvili, whose name I'm almost certain I pronounced correctly that time. Dida, greatest Milan keeper of all time. I don't have a Rolodex of Milan keepers just at the ready in my brain, but Dida was serious. Dida was serious. And that was more or less a prime Dida as well, correct, chat? Yeah, I'll take that Dida over teenage Donnarumma. Easily. Yeah, that goes without saying. I think Donnarumma's good for this generation of keepers. Don't take that as me going back on my take that like this new gen sucks. They do. But I'm comparing him to the other guys around today. Like he's probably one of the 3 or 4 best goalkeepers in the world right now. Does he hold a candle to the Neuers? Prime Neuer, right? Buffon, Casillas? No, he doesn't. Of course not. Corner in from Foden. It's flicked on by Haaland to Doku, who's inside the box. He's got 3 defenders on him. Finds a cross, and it's cleared by Virgil van Dijk. Great defensive positioning from him there. He was exactly where he needed to be, which to his credit is pretty typical for him. City still have it. They take a quick... Nico Gonzalez shoots it from outside the box. It's deflected and in. Manchester City double their lead by way of Nico Gonzalez. Fires a low and hard shot from about 25 yards out. Takes a wicked deflection. Nothing Mamardashvili could do about that. And Manchester City now up 2-0. I've updated the scoreboard, chat. You say Mamardashvili name like you are Marab. Mamardashvili! Big Georgian balls! I hate Marab. I am going to do Fight Talk streams in the future, by the way, I've decided. But the focus of this channel will remain football, don't worry. Yeah, Nico Gonzalez fires it. Looks like the deflection was by way of vTiYQlKuMXb. Yeah, and just Mamardashvili did not have the reactions for it. And it sails past him helplessly. Nico Gonzalez hits a vicious knee slide. 2-0. Guys, my prediction, toast. Toast. I predicted 2-1 Liverpool. Man City are now up 2-0, but you know whose prediction is on? He's no longer in the chat. He had to go walk his dog, apparently. Steph P said 3-0 Man City, and that is very much on. That's looking like the direction this match could take. Domination from City so far, right? Liverpool has shown flashes with nothing too threatening, and with the few chances they've had, haven't been able to capitalize. Man City, a commanding 2-0 lead coming up on the end of this first half. Nico Gonzalez is one of those bum silver cards that somehow became relevant. He's literally an NPC. Well said. Well said. I don't know what his rating is these days on FIFA, or EAFC, I should say, right? Like, that game is so cooked. I don't play it anymore. But Nico Gonzalez is definitely NPC vibes for sure. Like, he's a footballer. It's really easy to forget he actually exists. And if I were to stream, say, I don't even know, an Atletico match, and he was on the pitch in an Atletico shirt, I wouldn't even bat an eye, right? Like, he could literally play for any team. Doku's on the prowl. Gets to the byline, crosses it in, but good recovery from the Liverpool defender. He's able to block. Another City corner. One-way traffic right now, chat. City has really taken this match over. They're up 2-0. Didn't see this coming. Did not see this coming. First goal by way of Erling Haaland's head. Second goal, Nico Gonzalez, long shot, wicked deflection, finds the back of the net. But I think the best player for City has been Jeremy Doku. He's looked dangerous every time he's touched the ball. I'm not keeping track of stats. I don't know how many dribbles he's completed. But it seems like every time he's in a one-on-one position, he gets the better of his defender. Doku is sweet, but a chances created merchant. You're right. You make a great point there. Where he really needs to improve is his end product. Not just finishing, but finding that final pass. With the ball at his feet, though, magic. One of the best dribblers in the world today. 1v1 ability. And yes, he does keep it simple. Yes, he is kind of a one-trick pony. I said this recently. That's what football dribbling is supposed to look like. All the needless flair, this is for the birds. The stuff Michael Olise does, Lamine Yamal, Vinny Jr., and even Neymar, forget all that. You don't need it. You're better off just keeping it simple. Quick cuts, simple changes of direction. That's what football dribbling is supposed to be. And that's what's most effective as well, right? Jeremy Doku understands that. He doesn't need to do a million step overs, right? It just wastes time. Feint, quick cut, explode. And when you've got pace like he does, it works. It works a treat. We're seeing it in this match right now. Great player, Jeremy Doku. Great player. But the end product he needs to work on. He's still young, though. 23 years old. Give him time. There's the whistle. Halftime. Erling Haaland missed a penalty, then scored with his head. Not too long after, City doubled their lead into stoppage time by way of Nico Gonzalez. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 for now. Right? Like I said, Chad, I'm not going to be able to stream the whole match, unfortunately, because I do have someone coming to pick me up within the next few minutes, right? So I will have to hop off. But until they get here, it's halftime. I'm willing to take any questions you guys might have. So let it rip. Let's clip farm, all right? Say whatever you want in the chat, no matter how crazy. The crazier, the better, in fact. Manchester City looking good so far, guys. Looking good so far. Best team in Europe the last week or so. This Man City team doesn't draw to Club Brugge, and they certainly don't concede 3 goals. All right? Manchester City's in good form. Which, you know what's kind of crazy? It's like a lot of people thinking this could finally be Arsenal's year to win the league, right? I don't know. With the form City's in, they're coming. City is coming. Don't be surprised if they come away with this league. They'll catch Arsenal. They've done it before. And I said on a recent episode that I would back Arsenal over the rest of the field. But I'm going to take that back. I hadn't seen enough City. They look really good. They look really good. Arsenal's defense will always keep them in the league race. Always. They probably do have one of the best defenses in Europe. A lot of people think the best. I mean, teams are struggling to score against them. They really are. So that's always going to limit the amount of points they drop. But could they rack up a bunch of draws while City's winning? Absolutely. And City could overtake them. It's happened before. We've seen it happen before. You can't rule it out. Doku is sweet, but a chance is created, Merchant. Oh, my bad. I already read that. Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong. If the chat's dead, I'll just call it. But if you guys got any last second questions, let me know. I got to hop off in a bit here. Can't stream the whole match today, unfortunately. I would take a prime Shinsuke Nakamura over Ekitike. Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't even remember who that is. Let me hit a quick Google search. Shinsuke Nakamura. I remember Nagatomo. Nagatomo played for Inter Milan, right? Right, chat? Wasn't he like a fullback? Yuto Nagatomo? I think I have that right. I know that's not who you asked about. Nagatomo Wikipedia. Nagatomo early life? Nagatomo Wikipedia. Oh, he's still playing for FC Tokyo. And yes, he was at Inter Milan. In what position? Fullback. Yeah, okay. So I got that right. But let's see. Who did you say? Shinsuke Nakamura. I genuinely don't know who that is. And if that's a dated reference, well done. Because that's probably the first dated reference in the history of the channel I didn't get. Right? You should have brought up Guti or something like that. Shinsuke Nakamura, Japanese former professional footballer. He is currently a first-team coach of Yokohama FC. That's cool. That's cool. His boyhood club, it's looking like. Played for Japan. Could have told you that from the name. Attacking midfielder. Yeah, does not ring a bell. He played for Espanyol and Celtic. Yo, Cartier, what club do you know Shinsuke Nakamura from? Celtic or Espanyol? I'd be curious to know. Yeah, I've never heard of that guy. But he actually has a decent record for Japan. 24 goals in 98 matches from attacking midfield. Not bad. Not bad. I really should know who that is, it seems like. But I don't. I got to be honest. Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura does not ring a bell. Any last second questions, guys? I think my ride's going to be here any minute. I'm actually going to a hockey game. I don't know why I didn't just say that earlier. I agreed to it a long time ago, but I didn't realize until like right before the stream that it's midday, which is weird. I didn't know they did that. I just assumed it would be at night, like 7 p.m. or something like that. So my bad. I didn't even announce I wouldn't be able to stream the whole match until the stream started. So sorry for the short notice, guys, if you were expecting a full match stream. Going to have to hop off any minute here. You know I'm from Celtic? Yeah. Respect. But you're a Rangers fan. I guess that makes sense. He is better than Wirtz, no joke. I'll have to watch some Shinsuke Nakamura highlights. Maybe the next stream during halftime. We'll rip some of his Japan goals or something like that. Great stream and enjoy. Thank you so much, Cartier. Appreciate you carrying as always. 2-0 Man City at the half. Like I said, guys, my ride's about to be here, so I'm going to have to hop off. Thank you to everyone who joined the stream. Doesn't look like we were able to hit 500 subscribers today. That's all right. The road continues. We are just 2 away.